Why, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Voice of the Rings, and this is a RiseToWar guide. And today, my friends, I would like to give you a quick little rundown of the chat bar and how to use it. They've updated a couple things since my previous video last year, and let's just talk about it real quick. So obviously, if you don't know, the chat is down here in the bottom left down there. You just click anywhere on this part, and it will open up, all right? So when you open it up, you've got pretty much the world chat. So if you are not in a season yet, this will kind of be a lot of different people. This symbol next to people's names right here, the little bag end door, it means they're in the waiting lobby bag end right before you're in a season. And then your team one is whatever group you're in, basically you're signed up for, right? I did a little video on teams, how to join and leave teams recently. It's a real simple thing. But basically, this is that conversation there. Active players, some of these are ones that I have been, that stay with you every season that I've set up, all right? For example, I do have one here for my own personal use for Voice of the Rings members who are kind of people that play with me or whatever. In fact, I will give you that, guys, that number. So I'll show you how to do it for this video. If you're someone that wants to play with me or you're a subscriber and you'd like to be in this little group chat, you know, you're welcome to join it up. So basically, you can click this little gear to do stuff, processes, things like that. So here we go. We got some people right here. I'm going to accept some of my friends that I actually already invited that have been playing with me for a long time, some subscribers. Manage group. There's a manage group button now. Okay. So it's all really pretty much this gear. This is where the conversations happen, where you chat, right? You can chat. I'm on a computer, so there is two differences that I want to talk about in a minute. We'll go on that in a second. So to invite people, again, you'd find this code right here. Again, you guys could search this code, right? Share group code, disband group. That's me as the leader. But you can use this code, right? And basically, and here's where I can manage members as a leader and that kind of stuff. But pretty much use this code and you can then join it. Here's how you join it, all right? So if you have that code, you take that code, you go to this little plus button right above Gandalf. See how Gandalf's staff kind of covers the plus button? Well, you just click the plus button anyway. You go up here, and now you can join a group. So you drop that number here, search, it'll appear, and then request to join, and then I will let you join, or whatever, right? That kind of stuff. Also, you can create a group. This is how you'll create a group for people. You type the name. So, for example, let's say we're going to make a test group, right? I'm going to call the group test, okay? Create. Boom, test. Now I have a test group, right? So I can go in here, I can manage it. Again, there's a new number, and I can make a group out of this. But I'm going to disband this one because, you know, I don't care about that one. Again, here's some other chats that I have been in for a long time with different seasons. Fire Season 5, different groups, Tella, Collective, everyone, some other people I know, Nerd of the Rings, a couple people from their group, right? The other channel that we played with, they're really awesome. So yeah, that's basically how you make groups, join groups, control groups if you want to be a leader and make your own group like I just showed you. It's pretty simple, pretty self-forward. This one over here, this left side, there's two buttons up here. One is here. This is basically group chats, conversations. Once you're in game, remember, there's going to be a couple other kinds of chats. There's going to be a faction chat, which will be everyone within your faction. There will also be a fellowship chat that automatically appears, and that'll be everyone that's in your fellowship, right? They can see that. So faction chat usually will be, you know, everyone. If you're a Gondor, everyone in Gondor is going to be able to read what you write. Who is a Gondor member, which means, think about this smartly, guys. If you think there might be a spy in your faction trying to hear stuff, you might want to talk in fellowship chat or some other private chat, right? There's things you want to think about. It's very frowned upon. A lot of our group never has done it, but I know some other groups have done it. But a lot of good groups have not done it that I've played with too. So anyway, just remember that. So team, again, will be our close team that will most likely transform. This will transform into fellowship, right, once we're in game or in this season that's starting in a couple hours from this time and things like that. And then world chat will still be the same, faction chat. And there is a kingdom chat, okay? So if you're playing the kingdoms game mode, there's a chat called kingdoms. Those are pretty much all things you need to worry about the chat. Now moving on to basically this is your direct messages, how you make friends with things. These three dots are very important, so you can click up here to see whoever this person is. So this is one of my friends I was talking with. I just added him to my friends list, or he actually requested it. But these three dots right here, you just click, and basically here's how you can search people's names and add them. Requests, people asking to be my friend. That's what I just did and accepted. List, this is all your friends. Now, one thing that I would tell RiseToWar that I would really like it if they did was if they would make you be able to have more than 100 people on your friends list. Right now it's limited to 100, I believe. I didn't actually count exactly. I think it's 100. Maybe it's less. But it's really frustrating because, you know, a lot of people keep asking me to be friends, and I'm like trying to look for people. I'm like, I don't want to delete anyone off, but there's like 3 people asking me to be friends. So that's kind of hard and annoying. And again, it matters, you know, I'm not going to delete this, but if I was going to unfriend, you'd click like with these 3 dots, right, to remove someone, boop, and then and they have a hashtag number, but I'm not going to do that. And then of course you can blacklist people, you know, but you're not going to see that list. That's where if you block someone because they're being mean to you or something in game, or being just annoying or just spamming in the world chat, you don't want to see them anymore, you can click on their name and say block, right? So again, I could show you that in another video later on, but it's not that important. So again, this is where all your recent conversations, these conversations will be deleted every season. So if you have some important conversations with a friend or talking with someone, make sure that you screenshot it or something or somewhere else, because this will be deleted when the new season starts. You go back into bag end, these will all be gone. So these are all recent in the last, you know, 2 days, right? So these conversations, and all of these got reset. So, but these conversations with like your friends, these conversations usually do not get reset. Okay, so these you can go back and see these conversation groups you make and join. They will stay all the time. It'll keep the history for the most stuff I know. Okay, I haven't seen them be erased yet, but they could be. So I would always keep your own records of things too, if you don't rely on it. Right? It's an in-game phone game chat thing. But anyway, that is pretty much simply laid out of the chat thing. Real simple, bare bones, but kind of covers everything. So there's not a whole lot. When you are typing and having conversations, there also is a couple buttons down here that you might want to know. You click this one. This is where you find your emotes, the little cute little emotes you have and things like that. And you go boop, send, right? By the way, when you click your emote, it immediately sends it. So it doesn't like let you chat, and then you have to do that separate from a conversational typing. And then they've got these emotes. You cannot, when you're typing, use the emotes on your phone. It will say error, all right? It will not send. I can't stress that enough, guys. It's so frustrating to do that. This little symbol here is if you earned a border, okay, that you can use for typing. Instead of just the generic color, you could have like a amount of typing. So that kind of thing, right? You could just type and you know, hi, right, send. And you click the send button. There you go. It says when you sent it, right, your message, that kind of thing. That, right? Got it? Got it. Good, good, good. So that's pretty much about it. That's all you'll need to know with the chat bar. But yes, keep that in mind. Oh, the last thing that I told you I'd tell you about the chat. You can't do this on a emulator like I hear it on the computer, but on the phone you can do this. I can hold my finger on one of these. Oh, actually, I take it back. You can do it on the emulator now. You couldn't do this a few weeks ago. Update. Sweet. You just left click or hold your finger on it if you're on a phone. Left click on something and you can say reply. You could copy it or you could report it if it was something bad, but don't report it unless, guys, it's really something bad. Come on, don't just report someone because you're mad at them, please. So you could say reply, and then what happens is I type and it'll show they can click on the thing. So I could just do, let's just do a little silly like haha face. Now I could show you, if I click on this, it actually usually will bring it up to the spot, but it's not right now. But you can see now what I'm replying to or talking to, which is very helpful when it's a lot of conversations going on in a faction chat or a world chat. I also highly recommend staying away from drama in world chats. All right, guys, I really do. This last season, I almost didn't talk at all in world chat. And it was very nice. It was very nice indeed. Again, you can copy what they said and repost it and that kind of stuff too with that same mechanic. All right. So there you go. By the way, if something is, this little button here is the translator button. All right. So if you don't know what something is, this is also super important. They have a pretty good in-game translator. It usually doesn't mess up, but it will, you know, you could just automatically, you can click this and it'll automatically translate all of them. The blue means you translate it. It does, that green means it has been translated. But as you can see, these were all already in English, so I didn't really have to do anything anyway. But yeah, that's about it. That is covering it. There's also a cool little thing with Gandalf down here, but we'll keep that for another guide video. And I'll see you all in the next episodes of Voice of the Rings. Baruch Kazad, Kuzad, I menu. Stay happy, friends, and don't forget to like and subscribe if this has helped you and you like Tolkien content or this game. See ya.